Now, this weekend sees the 65th anniversary of VE Day, the day the war in Europe finally ended. People up and down the UK celebrated with street parties and parades. Well, our correspondent Robert Hall has been to the village of Kings Langley in Hertfordshire to share some very rare amateur footage of the celebrations with some of those who were actually there on the day.
Yesterday morning, General Jodl, the representative of the German High Command, signed the Act of Unconditional Surrender.
May the 8th, 1945. The words awaited for so long. On the High Street in Kings Langley, one local man captured the day peace broke out.
We may allow ourselves a brief period of rejoicing.
For a few mad hours, normal village life was suspended. Parades, church services, impromptu celebrations drawing in young and old.
OK, ladies and gents, thanks very much for coming down. We're going to stir some memories and we're going to show you...
In the village pub, a special screening for some of those party-goers.
There's PC Stone.
Which one is he? On the left? On the left?
Yeah, on the left.
There's my dad on the end there.
Oh, yes.
There once more were the faces they remembered from childhood. Family, friends and neighbours who'd shared the dark years which had overshadowed their corner of rural England.
The sirens, that's what used to get you, really used to get you. Especially when the warning siren was going, oh God,
I remember trotting up to the common quite often with sandwiches and a flask to take my father some food, and he worked in the observer corps post. My brother and I used to help my father learn the silhouettes of the aircraft that were coming over.
I remember as a young boy going out in the mornings after an air raid or something like that, and then collecting this stuff, which is shrapnel that used to fall.
The world will sing again, the bells will ring again.
Suddenly, it was over.
I just remember the excitement over the whole of the country. It's just such a huge relief.
I can remember them taking the piano out, bringing it out into the road. We had a most enjoyable evening in the road.
I hadn't seen my two brothers for 5 years. They was out in Malta and Italy, had a real rough time, and I thought, well, they're going to come back home one day.
We were cheated of our youth. When I see what young people have now and how little we were expected to cope with.
Today, like so many other places, Kings Langley is very different to that wartime village. More traffic, more people, more buildings. And yet the memories of those days in May 1945, captured as they were on film, remain just as vivid to those who were there. It is a snapshot of one community who shared their excitement with millions of others around the world.
The film is now in the care of the Imperial War Museum, a lasting glimpse of the day on which this village reflected on its own survival and a world reshaped. Robert Hall, BBC News, Hertfordshire.